Hey Tim, talking about 3 Imogen Poots made for TV movies. And the names of those 3 films are Miss Austen Regrets, Christopher and His Kind, and Bouquet of Barbed Wire. First up is Miss Austen Regrets. This is a 2007 film, and it is about the life of Jane Austen, the latter half of her life. It takes place after the first 3 books have been published, but before her 4th one was. And I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed it. It's really good. It's really fun. It's really charming. I really love the lead a lot. She did such a great job of capturing that Jane Austen spirit, that fire that you see in so many of her characters. And I don't know how accurate the portrayal is, but she feels exactly what I think Jane Austen would act like. So in that sense, she crushed it. And they did a really good job of having lots of just charm in general, lots of really fun flirtatious things. I in particular also really love the relationship between Jane Austen and Imogen Poots' character. She plays her niece, who's looking for help with boys, and who else to better help her than this author who writes all these amazing love stories. And Imogen does a great job of being a fun, plucky kid, but also she does have to give a couple of emotional scenes, and she does a good job there. This is one of her first acting roles, and she's clearly shows skill early on. So yeah, the story was definitely entertaining without a doubt, but I definitely feel like I walked away learning a lot of things that I'm now glad that I know. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about Jane Austen. So yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie and would totally recommend it, especially if you're a Jane Austen fan. Without a doubt, watch it. But even if you're not, it's just a good, solid movie. It tells an interesting story well, goes to some interesting places. So yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it and would totally recommend it. Next up is Christopher and His Kind. This is a 2011 film starring Matt Smith, and the basic premise is it's inspired by a memoir from the 70s about an Englishman's life in Germany during the rise of the Third Reich, his sexcapades as a gay man. And it's strange, because what it really feels like to me, tonally, aesthetics, budget-wise, it's like someone wrote a gay Doctor Who fanfic, and then someone just gave them a budget to turn it into a TV movie. Because it really just feels like an episode of Doctor Who. Matt Smith's not doing that dissimilar of stuff from what he did during his time on Doctor Who. This was filmed between his 1st and 2nd season. I mean, he looks the same, he sounds the same, he's way more flamboyant, but it's not like his version of the Doctor wasn't flamboyant. Obviously, this is more graphic, though I do love the bonus trivia on IMDb that was BBC requested that they don't show Matt Smith naked because they spent a lot of money curtailing his image. So the director's yeah, I just couldn't show the dude's butt. That's fun. And you don't see his butt. You do see some penises though. It's also very gay, which I obviously have no problems with, but it almost feels like how a straight person would portray gay people and not how gay people would portray gay people. And I tried to look into the director's sexual orientation, but that didn't really come up with anything. So could this assessment be completely wrong? Totally. But to me, it just felt very over the top. It's just so horny, and the tone of it was just so weird, because it's hey, Nazis are coming to power, and a lot of people are about to die, but let's have some fun gay sex. I did like it. I did put it in the liked category. I thought it was middle of the road, but it had issues with tone. I think had they kind of gave it more of a somber approach, and then occasionally would go out into fun, silly sex stuff, that would have been a better approach. Would I recommend it? Cautiously. It's interesting. I think if you're intrigued by it, I would say go for it, but just be prepared for an interesting experience. It's definitely not bad. It's just the script needed some fine-tuning, so yeah. And lastly is Bouquet of Barbed Wire. This is technically a TV miniseries, but it's 3 parts, and each of the parts are 45 minutes. That means it's just over 2 hours. So it's just a TV movie that was split up into 3 parts. Also, it's not good, so I feel like no one's really gonna fight me on this. Man, this movie, it's so strange. The basic premise is there's this young woman who falls for one of her teachers and starts a relationship with him, and and there's lots of conflict between the boyfriend and the dad. This movie has so much filler. It has so much filler because there must have been like some sort of mandate that like it needs to be 3 parts, and it's like there's so much stuff in here that doesn't matter, doesn't go anywhere. Also just unbelievable. I didn't care for the main actor, the dad. First off, I just didn't find him believable as like this guy who like so easily persuaded people to have sex with him. I'm not like necessarily criticizing his looks. It's more so like there's no charm to him. I don't see a suaveness to him. He doesn't excrete sex appeal, so he's got to have something else going for him. And like he's just not that interesting of a guy. The boyfriend character though, he's the one that is the most ridiculous because he is legitimately a mustache twirling villain. He is without a doubt Snidely Whiplash. And like his whole thing doesn't make any sense because like there's one scene where like he's flirty with Imogen's character in a classroom and she like looks at his dick. And then the next scene they're having sex and they're kind of like it's good vibes. And then from there on out, he is just the most conniving, evil, manipulative person. Like he just exists to be a dick to everyone, and for some reason Imogen's character just can't see it. She just can't look past it. But it's like, no, he has no redeeming qualities. I get it that she's supposed to be like young and naive, but it's like, no, you're just making her stupid. Like this is cartoonishly evil. No one would be brought in by this. And then like really close to the end of the movie, after everything's been revealed, then he like has a huge character change. It does not work, and yeah, no, it's just terrible. This movie's just really horny too. It makes no sense. Like every other scene has someone being horny and characters just kind of do stuff. There's legit one point where the villain's like, I f***ed your mom on the couch last night, and it's hilarious, but like it's supposed to be an emotionally devastating scene. And I'd be hard pressed to find someone who could write the line, I f***ed your mom, and have that actually play as drama and rather than just like comedy. As you know, it's something all 13-year-olds have said while gaming online. So yeah, no, it's not good. Imogen was good in this. She's consistently good, but that wasn't enough to save this movie / TV show. I think had they spent like 45 minutes or maybe an hour at max, then it would have been interesting. Because like at the very heart of it, I do find the mystery of why is this guy a dick interesting. Is it logical? Does it track? No. But it was interesting. I was tempted to shut it off, but I'm just like, I want to know what happens. So I didn't shut it off, and yeah. So yes, no, I did not care for this movie, and I would not recommend it. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Miss Austen Regrets sitting number 45 in the Really Like section. And then after that is Christopher and His Kind sitting in the Liked category, number 95. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Bouquet of Barbed Wire sitting number 112 in the Didn't Like section. This is out of a total of 120 old movies so far this year.